Oh, hello, chat. I can keep track of time. I definitely didn't start the stream when I wasn't fully prepared. Hello, chat. Happy Saturday morning to you. It's a Saturday morning stream. First of the return to normal-ish schedule. I'm definitely not setting up my laptop right now. Yeah, chat, we made it. We're back. Honestly, it's a little sad, because that means Penhurst is done. And Brittany misses that. But I get to be here with you on a Saturday morning. And I get to do a bunch of chores. So, that's great. So, let's see here. The charity is still going. You're still welcome to donate. And we'll be playing some more Fallout 4 next week, probably. And I just realized I need to plug the power into the laptop. My desk is such a mess. Oh, God. I hope you're all having a good Saturday morning. Don't mind the camera shake there. Why is... Oh, God. Crunchwrap knocked over my charger. Everything's fine. This is great. Perfect. All right. Well, good morning, chat. Good morning. I hope you had a good week. Mine was stressful, and it seems like it's only going to get worse. But I'm going to hang out with Brittany this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. Because I haven't been able to hang out with my wife. All right. Let's see if we can get this to function, chat. Give me 1 second here. Okay, that's not the screen we wanted. Ooh, I wonder how I can fix that. Okay, hold on. Come on, Linux, how do I get you to work? Let's go to here. Mirror. Why? Oh, no, I didn't want to revert. I wanted to keep. Dang it. Ah, hold on. Keep changes. Okay. A 3-stream streak! It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Okay, then that means I can go back to this computer. And I can open source. Oh, right, and then put it onto the right screen. Got it. I put it on the wrong screen. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's put it to this screen. Nope, that's definitely the wrong one. Gosh dang it. This is gonna bode well for me trying to do, programming, quote unquote. So I try. Is it just this one? Ah, there we go. Okay, now I got it right. Now I can open it here. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, we didn't get anybody. Everything's fine. Okay. So here's where we're at, chat. Wait, I am like a little too low, but that's okay. So here's what we got. Everything is nice and fine, right? Okay, yeah, we can jump over the enemy. I did some stuff in the background. Actually, let me bring it up full screen so you guys can see it. So this is just my experimental area. And there's a lot actually happening behind the screen. So I've done a lot since you guys last saw this. Actually just got a little sneak peek there. So now I can do drop down through platforms. So that'll be a little bit of a puzzle element. You actually might see, if you look really close, there's a lighting up animation that's happening even when I'm still. There is some new stuff such as wall jumping. Still have to quite figure that out. And I can do it so many times, so I can program it to only allow you to do it twice. Stuff like that. There's dashing. So that would be good for like either dodging enemies or little things. But you actually might notice his hair shoots back when you do that. Gets pushed. Same thing when you jump, his hair goes flat. So I tried to make it a little bit more interactive with the animations. But here's the problem. Oh, and whoops. Come on. Can't even do it. We have moving platforms now. That's the thing I can do. So, like, you know, a real platformer. I'm still shouting over the music. So it's like a real platformer. The problem that I've been trying to solve, that I think I have a workaround for, is this. When I shoot the beam weapon, it freaks out. And that's less than ideal. I've tried a couple different things and none of them have worked. And I did some research. And wouldn't you know it, it is in part, or it's most likely the culprit, is actually, let me go find the animation here. Player weapon. On press, when a user presses the button, swap the sprite sheet. Apparently that is really bad for the RAM. And that can cause some of the problems. So I have to do a thing, or I'm gonna try to do a thing. Because also what's happening is I have this P state script. So here's and I borrowed this coding from another guy. I forget, he's the guy who wrote an article about using Platformer Plus. But it basically says, okay, attached to a state, select player state. When end dashing, set player animation to X. If player is facing right, change the velocity. Like, so there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. So what I think I need to do is basically make it so that it flips a state. And I could do if-then statements, but if-then statements tend to get a little messy. So what I'm going to do is basically change this script and put all this scripting in two containers, switch 1 and switch 2, and they change base statuses based off of if a statement is true or false. Oh my god, my brain. And instead of swatching between this animation state, which has all these things, and this animation state or player sprite sheet, I'm basically going to duplicate all the settings from this beam animation in the regular player animation because they share the same spreadsheet or the same tile set. I'm going to try to get that to work. If that doesn't work, then I have to figure out plan B or plan G at this point. It's been a minute. So this is why I haven't been working a lot on the game, because I'm just like, I'm trying to solve the problems, but I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my time working on it. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's just start animating. So what I'm doing is I have... Understandable, yeah, right? So I have that one, I have this one, and here's all the animations. And now I'm going to do default _ beam as the beam alternative. So Let's just see what I got here. Idle right. So I just need to keep building it. I started working on this a little bit the other day. Crunchwrap, stop being a butthole. ALC, I made a note for myself. This is animation 1, this is animation 2, this is animation 3, this is animation 4. So trying to make it a little bit more sensible. I will admit the plan B or G is rearranging the sprite sheet. All the other sprite sheets I've seen look like this, but for whatever reason, in my experience, even though these aren't touching in any way, it just really, really hates it. So, have to contend with that. I did see the notification, Agent Ice. You were trying to do some stuff in VR yesterday. How did that go? So now that should get us. What that should look like. Except, you also want to do this. Let's go to the first one. I'm trying to remember how I did it. 1, 2. That's right. Okay, computer, why are you freaking out? Oh, I need to turn off crowd control. Hold on 1 second, chat.
Looking for some help on how to help the channel grow.
All right, sorry about that, chat. So it's fire. I go to a local Firestone for my car, and then before Brittany went to Penhurst when she was gonna be driving a ton, I took it in and said, "Hey, my brakes are squeaking. You guys did them last. Can you take a look?" And they were basically like, "No, your brakes are fine. Don't worry about it." The guy just calls me and says, "Hey, your brakes weren't looking great in September when you brought it in. You want to get that checked out this weekend and get a 15% off?" I was like, You want to walk me through what happened there? Because you guys told me I didn't need anything, and now you're telling me I do need something from the same appointment. So that's why I wasn't saying anything for a while, because the guy was just like looking into it. Like, oh, okay, bud. It's probably something I should do, but I'd have to go deposit some money, and that's something I should talk to my wife about first. So, yeah, no, it's fine. Just making a note of it to call Brittany here. All right. So dumb. It's just peak. That is like peak car salesman nonsense. Like, for real. All right. So let me walk through the animations here. I think the idea is no one's really gonna know, because I've only got 4 cycles. So that's cycle 1. That's cycle 2. That's cycle 3. That's cycle 4. That's cycle 1. That's cycle 2. Okay, so yeah, I did just kind of cheat it. And then what was it? 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0. Okay. All right, so now I got that animation. Although I don't like the way I did that, so I'm going to change it. But yeah, sorry, Asian Ice. Let me see what you got here. It was mixed. Got the tech stuff figured out, but I wasn't a fan of some of the games I tried. I did really like Thrill of the Fight, though, but that was... Good game wore me out quick. Yeah, I get that. Is that a boxing game? There's actually a workout game I did for a while on my VR headset with that. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising how much you're like, I'm just gonna be punching in the air. It'll be fine. No, man, that actually hurts after a little bit. 3, 1, 2. Then we got the 1. I feeling it today, yeah. The game I played, I think, was like Les Mis boxing or something. What happened to the hair? Why is the hair the only thing that's there? That was a fun game, though. I did like that game. Dude, at some point, if you can get it on sale, the Ghostbusters game is okay. It's not the best thing in the world. I was kind of disappointed by it. But it's okay. It'd probably be fun to do with other people. Hi, ma'am. Excuse me. Let's see here. What are you doing? Why are you biting the zipper? Ow, don't bite me. No, stop it. Stop it, you stupid cat. I think... No. I think my favorite VR games that I've played... There's a couple. One of them being Compound, I believe is what it's called. Or the Compound. It's like an old school shooter, but in 3D, like a boomer shooter, but in 3D. It's really fun. Fallout 4, or not Fallout 4, sorry. Resident Evil 4 in VR. They remade the original one for the Quest 2. Oh, it's so good. That one is so good. That is a really, really fun one. Yeah, dude, it is like one of my favorite games, VR games, hands down. No question. I think... So we'll just do it this way. When it's on sale, I want to get Super Hot and maybe Beat Saber. I've heard nothing but good things about Beat Saber. I just never played it myself. Hello, Crunch. I think I technically have a copy of Super Hot. It's just through like the Amazon Games something or other. So like I don't touch the games I get in there. We're actually gonna switch this up. Cause I just decided how I want the basically Proton Pack to behave. It's a little touch. I'm trying to think of like the Ghostbusters game. Really only worth it on sale. I paid full price for it. That was a mistake. Personally speaking, that was a mistake. So it's just the same state. All right.
Where am I in the bathroom?
I don't know, Tibble. Where are you in the bathroom? Yes, ma'am. I hear you. Yeah, I remember you talking about. Yeah, I was so sad. Because that has such potential to be so cool. And they just jacked that up. In my humble opinion. Did I place that right? I don't think I did. Didn't quite look like it was in the right spot. Oh no, it was. Okay. I'm the one who's wrong. Oh, did I actually add the beam? I did. Okay. Just making sure. Oh my god. I don't see why VR Ghostbusters games shouldn't be a slam dunk, right? So I think it would be perfect for, yeah, exactly. So I think it's two things. One is that it didn't happen in a vacuum. It came out relatively close to when Spirits Unleashed came out. One of the cool things about Spirits Unleashed is the customization. It lets you make your own Ghostbuster. The VR game did not. It gave you it gave you 4 characters with couple skins that you can unlock. And while Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed only had 5 ghosts with a couple variants, that makes sense because your players are playing them. It's not just you going out. So the fact that that game had probably also a total of 5 ghosts, and the only difference between variants was color. Like, not even like, here's one guy holding 2 eyeballs. Okay, well, here's the guy who's got 3 eyeballs, so he's harder to hit. It's just like, okay, that one was pink, this one's blue. Like, I didn't care for the art style that much. And I didn't like the way they designed the proton beam. Because so everybody now, they have it, or I shouldn't say everybody now. One of the common things is to take it from the barrel, you hold it like this, to holding this one up on the side. So it's like a I don't know, some kind of other gun. And it just, I don't care for that. Like, I want to hold, like, if you let me choose, and eventually they did release the original proton pack design that you could use. That's fun. But the other version, hard meh, man. Hard meh. Which again is a shame. So it just, And I admit to another part of it is the very first match I tried to do online was with a kid whose like dad was just yelling at them the whole time, and they were screaming in the headpiece the whole time, and it was just like unpleasant. So I was like, well, I'm not playing with anybody else again. So yeah, it was a perfect storm of bad things or poor design choices. And I totally get wanting to make it their own, but they just did it in the wrong way. So, Alright, let's get the climbing animation done. I don't think there's really anything to it, yeah. There's a very doofy animation. But it works. Okay. So, yeah, and this is by the way. This was the original version too that I was trying to do, where you could go prone and shoot it at an angle. I know it should be possible. It isn't. There's for whatever reason, the certain combinations of buttons to get it to act in the way I need it to act is it just won't. So we're not worrying about it. I've decided just to move on. Ugh. All right. So here's what we'll do, right, chat? We got to go back to game world. Script. So we need to go to the weapon state. And we need to make a new true false. We need to make a new variable. What variables do we got? Okay, we don't have anything. I just have test variable. Player state for P. What is that used in? This hasn't been used in the project. Okay, cool. I know I ran into a few instances where a kid was playing Spirits Unleashed and you could hear the parents fighting in the background. Real sad to hear that. Yeah. It's like, ooh. Sorry, kid. There we go. All right. So let me think about what's the best variable to call this. This is going to be, we're going to call it fire beam check. Okay. And then we're going to go back to player. Weapon. Right. Oh, why? What are you freaking out about, computer? I'm literally running this off my laptop, so there's nothing happening on my desktop that should be causing that much of a problem. Anywho, right, brain work. So we want to add set variable. No. Oh yeah, variable true. We're gonna set variable to true. And that's gonna be the fire beam check. We're gonna remove player state sheet. So part of the problem too is I could animate it so that I just have my basic animations and then the beam what are you doing, computer? The launch projectile button or attack would just show the beam come in and out and call it a day, right? But because I'm using the custom projectile to basically do a boomerang effect or to do a short little thing, if I'm walking with that animation, it becomes jittery because it's trying to lock into my position, but it's not smooth. So I have to make it invisible. I make it an invisible projectile. It does the work. I do a custom projectile. Custom projectile and launch projectile that are invisible, and then change the sprite sheet to show the projectile coming in and out. That's actually how Castlevania does it, or how you could do Castlevania in this game. So that's why I'm having to make these player states that changes the state of the player to show visually that here is the sprite animation while the actual projectile is invisible. It's a whole thing. So let's set false. Variable set to false. That's the one I want. Fire beam check to false. Okay. So it should set it to true. Set to false. Which means then if I go to my player states, I'm going to add an event and I'm going to make a switch. when we're gonna have variable fire beam check. There are gonna be two states. When 1, actually we're gonna do when 0 and when 1. And there's no else. So all these are gonna be when it's false. Copy events. And this is gonna be when it's true. And then this, I've got to blow all these up. Okay. Do I not have just a default actor state? Add default animation speed script here too. Oh, that's something I need to do later. What is this event? Oh, okay, that's right. I don't need to use that. Okay, disable that. So let's. I think I need to add another one. This is all. Start falling. Start dashing. Yeah, okay. I don't have a default state for it to even attach to. That's interesting. All right. So we're going to copy the event. Let's minimize all these. Alright, so now we got two of the same, and this is gonna be what state? Blank state. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ground jumping and jumping, dashing. Climbing ladder, start. Well, I seem to have So is there any of these have default? I think that's what I need to look at. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, so all these dashing if player. Oh man, boy, this is not as straightforward as I thought it was gonna be. Damn it! Son of a gun! All right. Well, let's just do this. Let's just say grounded, because I don't think I have grounded being used. Not that I even know what it's for. Nope, I don't. Okay. Player. Default beam. Okay. And then we're going to copy this one. Actually, let's just copy this. I'll just change that to default. Okay. Let's see if that works. You know, I probably also need to start. Hold on. All right, default scene loader. Add event. Variable. Set false. Okay. And we'll actually set that before the player states. Okay, now let's give it a shot. So I'm forcing it to be false, so then it should only be true once I press the B button. Okay, well, it's firing. Shoot. All right, it's firing the beam, but it's not showing it. I wonder if I'm thinking about this too much. All right, let's go back to player states. Oh, actually, you know what? I wanna see the variables. Here, run. Ah, damn it. Okay. I want to see not the debugger. I want to see build log. Does that tell me? There we go. Okay. Fire beam check. Let's see if that actually works. Yep. Okay, so that is functioning correctly. It's changing from state 1 to 0. Okay. So if I go back to player state, and grounded's not doing anything. So let's disable that event for now. So it's clearly not what I'm looking for. Actor animation state. Set player to default beam. All right, we'll put that to the top. All right, let's just see if that does it. Let's see. Nope. Sure as hell isn't doing anything. Yes! Okay. Let me check something here real quick, chat. My wife's getting a package today, so I want to make sure I don't miss it while I'm streaming. Still expected now for delivery. Okay. Shoot. Why aren't you working? I mean, it's definitely triggering it. All right, let me think about this. We're looking at and jumping, dashing, and dashing, and climbing ladder, wall sliding, knockback state. So let's just do blank. Let's do blank state and see what happens there. Oops, I gotta close this. Nope. The variable is getting triggered, but it's not doing. So, if we set player, no. I mean, I don't want to do that because that doesn't work. Set player to default beam. Add set. Whoops. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, so we'll set it to true, change the state here, and set it back to default once it's done. Maybe that'll do it. This did not. Disable. We're just going to delete that event outright. Okay. Let's see what we get, chat. Hey! Holy crap. Did that actually work? Sure looks like it works. Okay, well now why is it? Oh, right, because I need to finish making the animation states for the alternate player states. Okay, I think that'll do it. Cool. All right. And it's not wigging out. Awesome. Okay. Very good. Huh. And we save. Okay. All right. I don't think we need this script anymore then. Yeah, no, we can get rid of that one. All right, but I still want to keep these player states. So let's go back to our sprite sheet and we'll just keep making new sprites, new animations. So we got finished with default. Now we need actor dash face left. Actor or dash face. Beam. Okay. Wait, why did it did not. It was not that nice to me the other day. All right. Sure. Why not? So that's after. It's got 3 states. And it's just the. Oh, okay. All right. Got it. So we'll have to do 4 animations. Oh, damn. Actually, that won't work. I need to think a bit more strategically. All right. Dash. Whoops. See, that will screw something up if I do it that way. Oh. That's... Boy! That's a hard fail. Alright. Oops, that's not what I want. Alright, we're just gonna quick paste them in each one. Then we gotta get the proton pack going. So the goal today is if I can get the player animation sprite set complete in terms of working as I need it to. Whoops, what am I doing here? Then I can start working on programming the enemies to be a little bit more interesting. Or basically getting the animations and their states and their behaviors and all that stuff figured out. I'm just glad I finally got this solution figured out. Or at least, I shouldn't say figured out, mostly figured out. Ads. Okay, how long do I have? When's my laundry gonna be ready here? Oh, so yeah, when the ads run, I'll go and switch my laundry real quick. There we go. Okay, so that's good, but must reverse it. So it's everything. It's easier to set up everything right and then swap it out. Is that right? Yep. No, that's good. Okay. Okay. That should get us 1. Excellent. Okay. So now we have actor dash face right. Good. All right, and that's going to be a fixed direction beam. Okay, very good. So this is going to be 4. I really could have copied and pasted it all to this one and then duplicated it. But you know, I didn't know that was an option. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. I built this so many months. It's been months now since I really tackled this. I think I tackled it in the beginning of Brittany going to Penhurst. I'm like, oh, I'll find all the time to do all the things I want to do, and I could not. I did not find all the time to do all the things I wanted to do. Very much the opposite. I seem to have less time this year than I did last year. All right, the ads are going. So while ads are running, I'm gonna just finish this animation state, and then I will go switch laundry and be right back. Okay, there we go. That one's done. Save. All right, be right back, chat. Oh my god! You know what? You know what, chat? Here, hold on. You know, I wonder if I can actually do this. Hydrate, I will. Give me a second. All right. All right, it's gonna be a little awkward for a second. There we go. Wasn't the exact track I was thinking of, but close enough. Here's our hydrate chat. Gotcha, Agent Ice. Okay. Now I gotta switch my keyboard back. Got the right mouse, and now I'm cold. When I started the stream, I was hot because I was carrying stuff up and down the stairs and doing work, and now I'm cold because I went in the basement and it's cold because I'm not carrying stuff. All right. All right, so now I got actor face right with the beam. Now we got actor
People in my hockey fantasy draft. So I may not fish, but I can't get up.
Okay, Tibble. This is the Eggman space level music, yes. Soaring over space for Cosmic Wall. The last track was just reminding me of some Sonic Adventure 2 music, so I'm like, you know what? I would kind of just want to listen to Sonic Adventure 2 music. This is Actor Fall, and it's a platformer. Alright, so this needs to be a platformer player. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing here. That's a Cosmic Wall. Couldn't remember the level name, dude. It's all good. I got you covered. I've been tempted to play Sonic Adventure 2 again. Apparently my brother showed us the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie to my niece. Could do a crowd control. I could. You know, I could do that. That's absolutely true. I need to figure out what date that expires, and maybe that'll be the last stream I do stuff off or do a crowd control Sonic Adventure 2 stream. That's a very good idea. Thank you for that. So my brother, anyway, my brother was showing his daughter Sonic 3 the movie. She's like, what game does that come from? Like, oh. Like, we're gonna be playing some Sonic Adventure 2. So he asked me if he could borrow my GameCube version, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you can get it on Steam for like $8 and turned this out it was 10, but I'm like, that's probably gonna be a lot easier for you. I mean, how old is the game? 20 years at this point? Oh, that hurts to think about. Yeah, I think the GameCube game came out in 2004, right? Yeah, I think it actually... Hold on. Sonic Adventure 2 came out in 2001. That's for the Dreamcast, though. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was released in Japan and North America in 2002 on the GameCube. Oh, jeez, it wasn't even... It was 2002, so this is a 22-year-old game. Oh, yeah, I should mention. This is the guy who's, that's built a platformer. This is the guy who's... I took his demo, which has the first 6 lessons. I'll shout this guy out because, Grumpy Function. This is made for people who have never even touched Game Boy Studio before. Like, his lessons will take you step by step through how to make a platformer. So like, very, very highly recommended. I don't need to keep this open. Yeah, but yes, we are old as dirt for sure. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, that we're alive and can be old as dirt. I guess that depends on how you want to look at it. I just finally listened to that lyric. What? What? That's a crazy thing to say. Oh, here we go.
So no new games yet.
Not yet. Follow my rainbow. All right. She's stealing his emeralds and he isn't tempted by her feminine wiles. I mean, maybe she wasn't his type. Yeah, that's true. That's a yeah. There yeah. All I can say is yeah. It's only slightly concerning. Oops. So I could have built the sprite sheet out so that it had all these things already pre-made. But if I did that, it takes up a lot more space for the Game Boy. And I don't want to do that. Oh. Did Britney's thing just get delivered or... Nope, the sun had the audacity to come out and reflect off someone's car. That's rude. Alright. A blasted sun? Yeah. So I got a Ring doorbell for my dad. He actually got it for free, which is cool. So he gave it to me because he already had a security system stuff. And the one thing it really does not like is sunlight. Man, it freaks out on when the sun's out and it reflects off a car. Ooh, does it hate that? Ooh, does it hate it? There we go. It's fall. We're not allowed to see the sun anymore. Seriously, though. There we go. Look at that animation cycle. I didn't do a terrible job with that. Alright, jump right. Dry Lagoon, I kind of like the smooth jazzy music. Right? Her music is good. I think it's good anyway. So yeah, when he so here's his hair normally. When he jumps up, his hair goes flat. When he's falling, it's supposed to go up, and when it's getting dashed, it's supposed to be pushed back. Just moving that one pixel around a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to play Sonic Adventure 2 on the stream. That's such a fun idea. Alright, I will be right back. I have been struggling because I feel like I need to blow my nose, and I really do. Be right back. I think if I had to pick my favorite track from Sonic Adventure 2, it would probably be... It's a match or a tie, rather, between Sonic and Shadow. With the forest music, when they're going through and trying to escape the bomb. I think those are my favorite tracks. Although the space tracks for Sonic and Shadow are also really good. In general, man, that's the one thing I'll give the Sonic team. Like, ever since the first one, their music's been really solid. Ah, here you go. It's on shuffle. There we go. Oh, struggling there, computer. This first. It's so good! So I have a distinct memory. I got a copy of Sonic. Is it Sonic R? No, I think it was a copy of Sonic 3 and Knuckles for the computer, for Windows. In fact, I could probably go in the basement and find it. But it was like a floppy disk, or not floppy disk, a CD of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I started digging through the files before I knew, you know, that much about computers as a kid, and found, because they also had like a screensaver thing you could use. Like, oh, here's a bunch of pictures we added for screensavers and whatnot. And they included on that of all the music from Sonic 1, 2, 3, CD, I believe CD, 3, 4, you know, and 3 and Knuckles. So I actually took those tracks, I burned them to my own CD, and actually in probably middle school everyone was like listening to whatever, Britney Spears and NSYNC and whatnot, and I'm just sitting here listening to Sonic Genesis music. It still kills me. This time we'll work smarter. Here's a Rouge level.
Bot race track was where you can hit the enemy that's supposed to be explained.
What? Wow! Such a stupid sound. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, more or less. I would also use my tape player and record Sonic Adventure 2 music and listen to it on the bus to it from school. Hell yeah, man! I remember, my dad had, it was a combination record player on the top, radio, a cassette player that could record the radio or the radio. So I would how did I do it? I think they had a little portable tape player. Yeah, so I think at the one point I might have even connected a tape player to the Genesis directly and then hit record. I did stuff like that. Man. But how the younger generation doesn't even know. They can just go online and find music. We had to work for it, damn it. Oh, hey, that's all the sprites. Okay, excellent. Let's save. And then this should all be collision box. Yeah, okay. And they don't even know. It's kids with their instant gratification. All right, so now we got that. All right, so let's switch this to actor fall beam. Player. This is a beam version. This is a beam version. This is a default beam. Okay. Wall slide left beam. Wall slide right beam. Default beam. Okay. That in theory should have us mostly set. So let's see if it even works. I hope it works, because if it works, then we're good to just keep going and start the testing. Ah, jeez. So there's a little bit of a timing issue. Let's go. So here's the problem I'm seeing, right? If I jump and use the beam, it's fine. If I beam and then jump, it's fine. If I jump and then beam, it shuts off, but it's still working. So let me get. Yeah, it's happening when it's switching the states. Let's see what happens when I do.
planted in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I got
Well, doesn't
I have no fear. It probably seemed crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost tried to approach me, he got leery.
So, okay, now I'm trying to watch the animation cycle. Because it looks like it's kind of inconsistent anyway. Why is it doing that? Let's look at that weapon. Wait for 0.3 seconds. Okay, we're gonna change that to frames. I don't remember what the conversion is though. Damn it, what was the conversion rate? Hold on. I think I can get it. Give me 1 second here, chat. I am 90% sure I kept that. Let's look at the recent. Hey, get out of here. Don't need that anymore. Bunch of Tybalt stuff. Oh, wow. Okay. Did I not keep that? That can't be right. Maybe it's in my... So I definitely made like an Excel or something that had a conversion rate. Let me look at my files here real quick on my main computer. Documents. Game Boy Studio. Here's all these plugins. Tybalt's Adventure. Thank you credits. Huh. Well, back to the internet. With a minimum interval of 0.1 seconds, which corresponds to approximately 10 frames at the Game Boy 60 frame per rate. Convert times seconds to frames to form a straight formula. Multiply the number of seconds by the frame rate. For example, 24 frames per second, 1 second equals 24 frames. 60. Oh, good lord. Yeah, now it's starting to get into other. And 1.1 seconds corresponds to 10 frames of the Game Boy 60 frame. Alright, so at that logic, it should be 30 frames, so we're already good. Maybe. I'm gonna also disable this event. Alright. Oh, look at that. That's so much smoother. Changing it from seconds to frames actually makes it work. It doesn't even do the full animation. It just does 3. which is fine. Okay, but that's still a oh god. Computer, why are you struggling? I'm using 40% memory. What the hell? Why are you struggling? What are you doing? That's outrageous. Alright, just stop. What is going on? My computer should not be struggling this much. Okay, well, okay, it seems to have resolved itself. Man. I do not understand why it's doing that. Okay, well, we're going to turn that back on. And I'm going to kill that tab and kill that tab. Don't need that tab open. In fact, I don't need this open at all. It's nice to have open. I think I'm going to have to... I really don't want to do it, but I think I'm going to have to start rebuilding OBS from scratch. Because I think I got too many things loading in, and it's just... It's being a problem. That's going to be such an undertaking. I have so much stuff in there. Alright. It's the first real problem. It's okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Beyond, because I really want to upgrade my hardware, right? I should get a new motherboard. I should get a new RAM set because that'll be better use for my chip and graphics card. But honestly, I'm using 40% memory and not even 20% CPU. So like, why is it freaking out like that? Unless there's something wrong with Beacon, that could be it. But boy, so it could be a combination of something wrong with Beacon and something wrong with what's it called? Yeah, so it still kills the ghost. It's just when it's falling, it's changing. Let's take a look at something here. So we're looking at this variable right here. You guys can't even see it, actually. Tibble and I are in the way, but... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Fire. Beam. Oh, wow. It didn't help at all. There we go. Now you guys can kind of see it. We're looking at this guy right here. Yeah. for whatever reason, that time it didn't even work. Okay, so let's do 2 changes. Let's see if I'm gonna change this to disable. That should just break it completely. Yeah, that's just breaking it completely. Okay, so that's working as we expected to. Enable. So then that should make it. When 0 to start falling. Huh. Yet stream elements they know about the charity. I should have shut that off. Alright, let's do this. This shouldn't work. We tried it earlier. So it's doubling down on that. Alright, so where can I call it? That's gonna work properly. Like, I went through all these and checked them all, right? Like this, that's fire beam. That's adding a sound effect. That's adding a sound effect. Oh, you know, I didn't even test it while I was dashing. Do I need to get granular? Maybe? Oh god, yeah, no, we're gonna skip this track. I'm so sorry, but no. All right, let's do. Players start falling. Oh. Oh. That looks like it's gonna be a thing. We'll let that get its time.
Matt, I have to warn you, in the future, you probably use for high chill. Why you was for as far for Fraulein. Waar is saying de chance in Inspiromikis have either champion die storms playing. However, in blind. And don't forget to. Het outside, the high white, horizon side is the bottom thing and team as quading. Mayor! Take for parts you didn't for born Europeans. En nooit power voor cidades door die core. En deze was het zeker. Zo, bij tours en de Eurowide voor versus Spain, al bij de Sien, are there great real there, so
What? I'm sorry. What? That was insane. What was that? That was crazy. Oh my gosh. That was a little intense. Oh wow. Shouted at me even. Excuse me. All right. Like, okay, here's the obvious thing, right? Did I miss? Oh, I think I just jacked something up. No, it's fine.
Press shift and then come down from upstairs. Not realizing I saw the Nintendo Direct earlier today.
Okay, Tibble. Love that AI does that with symbols, right? Boy, it really goes to town on them. Like, all these are... They're all right. Man, I was hoping it would just be like, oh yeah, it's deleted. Sometimes we'll just delete parts. What the hell is happening here? Huh. And his Switch should be working. Like, it's all baked in. Okay, let's do a quick test. It shouldn't. So all I did is put a display box. So it'll physically tell me. something to do with... Is it the order of operations, maybe? Is it... It shouldn't matter when one... Alright, let's... Oh, you know what? They're gonna disable that. Let's try that. Because I wonder if that's causing the conflict. Nope. Sure isn't. Huh. Turn this off again. Alright, so what's happening is if I change the... I have it set at the weapon level when the button is pressed to change it to the default animation beam state, right? Or animation state, which is happening. When I press it, it's going, and then when I press A, it's keeping it the same... Because I'm not changing. Because I'm not changing anything here. I think I figured it out. I think I know what it is. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I'm correct in my thinking here. I actually do think I got it. Damn it! Yep, I'm making it worse. Okay, here's what's happening. Two things are happening at the same time, so I at least have myself wrapped around the understanding. These states are... Okay, alright, there's two things happening. One is if we go to the sprite page and I go to default, I have idle right, moving right, jumping, and climbing, right? And if I go to default beam, I have my idle right, moving right, jumping right, and climbing. So when I hit the jump button and I'm pressing the attack button, it says, okay, if I don't have it set to default, or the default, if I press it, it might be set to this default beam, but because I'm not calling it for anything specific in this script, which is why I was hoping to start jumping. Oh, maybe that's actually it. Maybe that is it. Basically, because I'm not saying to do anything here, it's defaulting to the default jump. It's not saying, oh, I'm in a state of... I'm not in a player P+ state. It's just, hey, go to the jump method. So it's going to the default jump animation, turning off the proton beam. And this is the start jumping animation. So what I need to do is... Okay, I think I plan B. Plans A through 13,000 F have failed. All right, this is gonna go up here. We're gonna then turn off the jump effect, and we're gonna say for one, for a 1. We're going to, for jumping, player default beam, and then again for end jumping, player default beam. So now we're telling it if state is 1, you should use this allocation, not the Game Boy Studios default. Okay, so you can see it broke there. Damn it. So if okay, damn, I thought I had it. Like I know this is the kernel of truth, but I can't quite get there. All right, an ad's good to start, chat, so I'm gonna walk away for a minute. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. Oh wow, okay, the Stream Deck button's just broken, so I'll be right back. Shoot. Hello, welcome back, chat. I had another idea, but then I realized I kind of had already done it. So I'm looking at that tutorial the guy made where he has these P states. And I'm trying to see what I am missing. Because I am absolutely missing something. So I know there was somewhere else he was physically doing something with the P states. Damn, where was that? I feel like that's where I'm getting lost. It's like a way to trigger it. Boy, it is not coming to me here. Maybe it's based on the triggers itself. Is it in here? Let's look at the triggers. Oh, maybe it's not. Is it on the log? No. Huh. What am I missing? I know it's in here somewhere. I'm going to find this. Or maybe I won't. That's also a possibility. All right, let's look at the file. I know he's got some information on it in here somewhere. Gotta go, but I'll leave you with wisdom. Okay, thanks, Agent Ice. I appreciate it, man. You have yourself a good day.
What is this TTS message? How was I supposed to read this TTS message? It's less than 10% readable characters.
Wow, AI me gave you some sass. Holy crap. All right. Well, good gosh, me, future me. Sassy. Agent Ice, have yourself a good day, man. I hope it's a good weekend for you. I will continue to fuck around with this for at least a little bit.
Agantice Zero lost their mind, and just cheered 10 bits.
Well, thank you for the 10 bits, Agent Ice. I appreciate that you lost your mind. Steaks. Ooh, steaks. Very nice. All right, man. See you later. Here's some epic music to sign you out with. Just looking up some documentation. Here we go. One of the cool things about combining Platformer Plus with GB Studio 3.1, which granted is now very old, so now the events they can change engine fields. That means you can have power ups and enable double jumping, blah blah blah. However, there's some caveats about making changes to the jumping and dashing numbers of Platformer Plus. The amount of jump force applied is calculated when the scene starts. The amount of dash distance applied won't register until you move into the next scene. It's the initialization phase also has some safety checks to make sure to verify. Why is my... There's gotta be something wrong with Beacon. Why is it doing that? Just gonna close. I'm gonna shut down Beacon, and then well, maybe I can't. Oh, no, I should be able to. That's good. Control Alt delete it. I'm gonna shut off the audio device and then turn it back on. Or at least attempt to. How about now? Nope, that didn't do it. It's really frustrating. Alright, well, let's let that be glitchy for a minute. Hopefully it'll work itself out. God, that's awful. Telling me if it needs to be updated. Oh, okay, it seems to have worked itself out. I don't know what's going on, and my computer is so angry. Anyway, all right. Platformer Plus uses a state machine to track the player's behavior. This means that the player can only ever be in a single state at a time. You can find out which state using events. State using events are as follows. Let's see here. You can now directly set the player's state and put Platformer Plus. Some of the most useful cases include set to fall state. You can use this to interrupt a dash or jump. Set the jump state. You can use this to create a jump through code attached to a button, or adding it to the end of another state like dashing. Note the frames won't be executed this way unless the player happens to be holding down the button set to dash state. When the player to dash in circumstances that aren't covered, set the state. For instance, dashing backwards, set the knockback. The player will still feel effects of gravity and other forces. Will still collide with walls in physical ways. However, the player cannot input any commands, and the animation state will not change it to itself. Set the blank state. The blank state is even more dramatic. It zeroes out any prior velocity the player had, removes collisions to walls. Reduces collisions with triggers to enemies. It is useful for cinematic events. Powerful new feature. Arbitrary script. If you attach the script to start and end state, it will run once during the frame where the player enters or exits that state. You can use this, for example, to easily change the animation state. You can attach a script to main state, of course, such as falling, jumping down. It'll run repeatedly during every frame where the player is in that state. Like upon updated scripts. Oh. Alright. Alright. Okay. So I think my idea is valid. It's the way it's executing it, and the code is not. You can use this, for example, to easily change the animation state. If you attach a script to a main state, such as falling or jumping or dashing, it will run repeatedly during every frame where the player is in that state. Likewise, on update scripts, these can quickly slow the game. Just be careful how you use them. Store platformer plus fields in a variable. This event allows you to check the value of some useful variables that are part of platformer plus engine, and specifically allow you to check if the player is engaged in a specific mechanic. Okay, this is what I need. Alright. Player on moving platform. True if the player is a top platform actor or solid actor. Current run stage. Useful for tracking how much acceleration the player has accumulated during running. It's a run stage. Player is moving in the opposite direction from the key press. Player is not running. Top speed for immediate and default smooth running. Top speed for enhanced smooth running. Top speed for 2-tier running. Top speed for 3-tier running, which we only have 1 tier. Current jump type. Tracks the jump player's performing. Not jumping from the ground. Jumping in the air, a double jump. Jumping from the wall. Frames the code time left. Update player plus. Allows you to update variables that are currently being used by P plus engine. Okay, cool. Well, how do I use that though? All right. So let's go back to our project. And we're just gonna have it go. All right, so let's go back to player plus state. And let's run outside of this. So platformer plus, what do we got here? Attach a script to a platformer plus state. Attach player from platform. Remove a script. Set platformer plus state. Plus spheres in a variable. State in a variable. Okay. All right, here's what I'm thinking. I might be able to use this to you know what? Let's just see if it even works. Before I start trying to make a plan, let's see if this even works. Okay. And I know I am slouching and just being generally terrible. What? Let's go with this. Let's go to build log. Start. Alright, so we are interested in seeing the P plus state, which right now is at 4, which means on ground. Okay. That's why it's doing it. It's not updating. Okay. All right. That actually gives me a huge amount of information. Because it's not storing the state. Oh, man. Okay. I think so. What's happening? So the reason I got quiet, I'm trying to think. So what's happening is it's initiating the player's state when the on load, because I'm doing it on. I'm pulling it here. So I have a script that says call script default scene loader, and a script, and that's on initiate. So that script, default scene loader, pulls in the player weapon script, the player horizontal flip script, fire beam check is false script, and then that calls the player states. So when it launches that, but it's not doing it on an update. And then when the weapon fires, so my weapon here, it's changing the one variable to true and to false correctly. And I'm telling it to change the animation state to beam. But it's not triggering. It's not triggering the when. Because it's just keeping it to state at when 0 and state when 1. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not doing it the way you would expect it to. So I can't. I think I have to do it in a different way. So what I was trying to do was do it as a global and keep them separate. What I think I'm going to need to do is split them all out and say when start falling, switch, or have switch. I don't even know if I can use a switch. It might just have to be an if statement. If variable true, then start falling set animation state to this. If false, do that. But will it even check that? I don't know. Oh boy, I gotta tell you. I don't even know if there's a quick way for me to test that theory. So let's do this. Oh man, that sucks. So let's do outside of the switch. Got this. Start falling. Start jumping. So let's just try those two for now. All right, so we're gonna minimize. We're gonna disable the switch event altogether. And add. Now we can probably do switch. And then we're gonna do the variable fire beam check 2, 0, and 1. So that's gonna be my if. And when 0, do this. Because we're going to fire, that changes it to true. Actor fall beam. All right. That's a boy. That's a kind of an ugly way to do it, but I think that's going to be the only way we can do it. Either way, we'll have the sound effect show up, right? Fire beam check 2, 0, 1. Oh my goodness. And then that'll be default beam. Okay. That should... I think that's gonna work. Hope we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then I got nothing. That's it. Okay. I was trying to do it globally and it doesn't want to be done globally. It has to be done independently. Okay. We solved it, chat. We solved it. Whew, that is going to be tedious as heck. That's okay. Because now we know. We now know what to do. Okay, so we got the jumping state, and now we need... So we got the first two. Now we just need to do it this way. Let's copy the events. We're going to paste them down here. And then we're going to delete this switch. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Switch. Fire beam check. 0, 1. We're gonna put this here. And we're gonna copy. And we're gonna paste. And then we'll do face be right beam. Active face left beam. Okay. That one's done. That was the third one. On state. Okay. Right. Fire beam check. Brain is going burr real hard. Lots of burrs happening. FA, whoops. FA is held. And we're gonna just take and we'll copy events. Set this to default theme. Jumping. That might be a problem. We'll have to see. Oh wait, I actually did that backwards. That should be default. And then this is default beam. There we go. We'll have to see if that actually works. Yep. Okay. That should do it though. And now we'll add another switch to this one. So mysterious. There. Should be that one. I think it's just one more. Yeah. Oh, I think I got too far there. Action wall slide beam. Action wall slide right beam. Okay. That should do it. Okay. Here we go. That actually does make it less work for me in the future, but we'll see. Oh my god, it's working. little bit of a glitchiness happening there, but it's functional. All right, let's actually go look at the wall. I'm curious about the wall jumping. I wonder which, like, so just because the animation is facing the right way, I wonder if it's actually shooting the correct way. Okay. Oh, my computer is having a heart attack again. Good lord. Well, the good news, is even though my computer's having a heart attack. All right, you know what? We're just gonna shut this off. You're done. You're done. Let's turn that off. And apparently that's having a heart attack too. Wow. Let's turn off fishing. I don't know that it's even. I wonder if it's beacon. Maybe beacon's having a problem. Oh, hey, there it is. Okay. Yep. I wonder if it's. Oh, wow. I wonder if a lot of this is coming from my mic just being old. That's interesting. Okay, well, chat. It is that time. Unfortunately. You know what? I should probably make sure my game is saved here. That the progress I just made in fixing this problem I've been trying to tackle for months is now actually saved. Yeah, wow. Okay. That feels good. It feels good, chat, to actually have that all solved. So now I can actually start in earnest using this background. So the whole purpose of this area is to test ghosts. I now need to make my actors. Because I want to kind of have an idea of what the actors are going to do before I start designing the levels. So I have one type of level layout that I have in mind, and then I have written a bunch of other ideas down. I just have to make the art for it. But I also might not be so precious about that this time around. I might try to find pre-existing things I can use. All that being said, Xiaomei, we can now finally actually move forward with testing. And I was hoped that would only take an hour, but here we are, 3 hours later. It is the way of things sometimes. Let me pick. Let's just do this one. Oh, you know what? No, we haven't listened to this track in a while. That's too peppy for a closing, though. They're all going to be peppy, aren't they? Yeah, it's good enough. All right, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. My stream deck's also not working right, so it is the way of things. Here, let's do this. Okay. Wow, I don't even actually know where that lives. Maybe it's here. Huh. Yeah, I know. I actually don't know where it lives. Well, chat, I'll just simply say thank you for watching, lurkers, VOD watchers. and viewers just like you, I hope you had a good day, a good stream watching me struggling to figure out basic things. We gotta thank our mods, Stone Evil Monkey, Joker Roscoe, Mexinadian, our VIP Agent Ice who's hanging out. And chat. So this was a 2-week stream, so we'll do a 1 stream week coming up. It might just be a Saturday stream, I'm not sure. So with that in mind, I'll let you know in the schedule ahead of time. I think per Agent Ice's idea, we're just gonna do a crowd control with Sonic Adventure 2, because why the hell not? That seems like a lot of fun. So chat, tune in next time. Be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next stream. Okay, guys? See you later.